Hey there, my name is Jacob Bruneski, and I want to congratulate you on attending the VP of Human Resources role for your JA company. You have an interesting task ahead, full of challenges that will test you and your team. Throughout this video, we're going to talk about the basics of your new position, steps that will lead to success in your position, as well as how you can fit into your team and contribute to overall success. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about what to do. So without further ado, let's start this junior achievement training for the VP of Human Resources. Let's go. Human resources, what is that? This can be one of the hardest executive positions to define. However, this can also be the position that promotes the most creativity and the most leadership. The goal of the human resources employee is to use the company's people most effectively. Each company and each team of students will have different issues arise throughout the program that will get in the way of employee effectiveness. The Human Resources Department exists to ensure that company members are performing to the best of their collective ability, helping the company to effectively reach its goals and objectives. Basically, it's important. Now, what are 5 steps to success in this position? Step number 1, emphasize and motivate employees. Nobody comes to work feeling their best every day, and that's okay. But whatever you can do to make your team's day go smoother will really help. Some of the best ways to do this are to develop ways to recognize outstanding employees. Hey, don't knock the classics. People love recognition, even if it sometimes makes them roll their eyes. Try and be creative with this if you can. Games are a great way to do this. Awesome. Maybe not that. But playing games and having some downtime can really help with trust, teamwork, and productivity amongst your team. Try and research games that you can play as a team, especially games that secretly trick everyone into learning something. Work with the other executives to set and track goals for sales and production.
Yo, how much you want to bet I can sell more products than you?
I don't know. A coupon for McDonald's or something.
Oh yeah, all right, it's on.
Cool. Setting goals and completing them as individuals and as a team can really serve to motivate the team throughout the year. And it can be a positive tool to bring out the best in your team. Remember to focus on the positive and not dwell on the failures you or individuals may experience. One way that companies decide to give incentives to their employees is through commission. This is optional and may not be a great option for every team. If your team does decide to do commission, then be sure to track everything as you go along and create a signed form that outlines exactly how this will work. Number 2, company culture. Company culture really is the shared values, attributes, and characteristics of an organization. This is something that takes a lot of work to obtain, but should be locked down and outlined in writing when you start your new company. You'll want to create an employee handbook with a full section outlining the company's values and shared values of the people in the organization. This should include a section on employee expectations that includes how to deal with unexcused absences, how to track work outside of meetings, and how to communicate with each other about work and work-related issues. So how do you communicate with your team outside of face-to-face meetings?
Hey Jake, I just left a comment on your Insta photo letting you know I finished the outline.
So, okay, then seems like maybe that isn't the best.
Now I'm gonna tag the entire team in the picture of my dog.
Oh, you should decide a platform that works well for the entire team. It can be very important to separate the communication about the organization from personal social media. Research any new platforms before using them, and make sure to find something that everyone is confident in using. Online discussion and communication can be very useful for relaying information between all departments, but can also be a place for miscommunication and unhealthy discussion.
Good riddance is what they said.
Who said that, sweetheart?
I don't know. They're no-name commenters. Tormentors.
Stay aware of all conversation between team members and step in with action if anything arises that seems destructive to the culture. No, that's not what I'm talking about. You want to work with your executives and most importantly, your mentors or your teachers. There are important things to remember to handle conflict well. Number one, always be respectful to all parties involved and demand respect from all members and for all members of your team. Be calm and create a calm and open environment for all parties and work for compromise as best you can. Always include a mentor or a teacher in this process. If everything gets resolved, these situations can prove to be some of the biggest learning experiences of the program.
Buck shooting. What are you doing?
Teaching.
Is that a student?
Technically, it's a ferret.
Tip to success number 3, tracking and deadlines. Tracking numbers and deadlines for the team is not always the most exciting part of the job, but it may prove to be the most essential. One example is weekly meeting attendance. This is one of the main communications between the team and the JA coordinators, so it is important to keep track of this. Make sure to keep track of why people miss meetings.
Jake, I'm sick. I can't go to work today.
Oh, okay man, no problem.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't want to go.
You'll also want to keep all the contact information for all employees somewhere safe, but accessible for the team if you need them.
Deadlines and goals are also very important. You'll want to be in contact with all executive teams for this one. You're tracking goals for every department, and not just yourself. Now, not everyone will love you for this, but it will contribute to the final success of the team, so be sure to keep on top of it. Another thing that you will be responsible for is to facilitate the weekly meetings. This will be done in conjunction with the president. Your role will be to make sure every party has time to speak and that all members are showing respect for that person. Make sure to keep careful minutes of each meeting. Your team will need these minutes to track goal progression and deadlines, and accurate minutes that you and your team can access will be very important. Pro tip!
That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
Create meeting agendas before the meeting and distribute them to the executives. This way they can prepare to speak and know what info they'll need to bring to the table each meeting. Number 4, represent the team with JA coordinators. Representing your team in communication with JA and at the JA events is a tough job that not everyone is suited for. Maybe you've heard of soft skills? Sometimes hard to define, but if you have them, then prepare to use them. You will be responsible for sending emails to JA coordinators at different points of the year. Make sure to introduce yourself to them via email when you are elected to your position. Use that email to introduce your entire executive team and start that online communication with the JA coordinators. At events, come to them with a good attitude, ready to speak openly about your company and the goals that you guys have, maybe personally or for your organization. Every event will be a little bit different, but if you show up with a good attitude, that's all you can really ask of yourself. Here for the event. You know this is like semi-formal, right? Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna go back and chill. Don't do that. All right, number 5, handling termination. Now, most terminations will come from lack of attendance. Once a student misses 3 to 4 weeks without an excused absence, then termination should kick in almost automatically. You should try your best to reach out to the people who are not attending to confirm with them that they are leaving the program. But if you can't contact them, don't worry too much. Now, if termination is due to behavior or another issue, this has to be handled a little bit differently. This is a very delicate issue, and it should always be handled as such. You should exhaust all conflict resolution possibilities before reverting to this. You should also know that termination actions should not be taken without the permission of your mentors and the JA coordinators. Both of those entities will do their best to resolve the issue, and even if the matter goes to them, it does not mean that that person will be punished. Conflict resolution is an extremely important skill to develop, and even the worst situation could prove to be the best learning opportunity, or even the best team building experience.
I have lots of skills that you don't have.
I am sure that you do.
Like, have you ever had to negotiate in Arabic? It is very difficult.
I believe you.
And try getting into Kiss Kiss in Tokyo without a lock of human hair.
Now, how do you fit into the team, and how does it contribute to the overall success? Remember, you are a very important leader in your company. The company is one giant machine, and it's your job to keep all the parts working together as best they can. Bring your creativity to this role, bring your soft skills to this role, bring your leadership to this role. If you're having a quiet day, then you're doing your job right and you should feel good. Hey Jake, I wanted to apologize for Oh, thanks man. I appreciate that. Yeah. So can I borrow $50? All right, we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to refer back to this video if you have any questions throughout the year. This has been information for the VP of Human Resources role with the Junior Achievement Company. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll check back in with you again. Thanks. Congratulations. Well, maybe not. Okay. Oh, cool man. Cool guy, Jake. Game time. Time is game. The game is now. Hey, Jake. I'm sick. Can't work today. All right. It was fun.